Hello, welcome. Come on in. It's very good to see you again. How did you enjoy your snacks from last time? Oh, that's wonderful to hear. I'm very glad that you liked them. Well, you're visiting us again, so that must mean you're in need of some sweets and snacks. Of course, I'd be very happy to help you. Okay, so you're looking to buy some sweets and snacks for yourself, and you have some birthday gifts that you like to get? Oh, that's wonderful. We have a whole new range of sweets and snacks that we've just got in stock. So let me show you today's sample plate. Today's sample plate features biscuits and sweets. Let me just show you those. Let them slide down. There we go. So on today's sample plate, we have a strawberry cheesecake Oreo. We have a speculoos-filled Lotus biscoff cookie. And we have a Bailey's flavoured choco leibniz biscuit. And we also have two products from the Vimto range. We have the Vimto fizzy pencil, which is this little one you can see right here. And we also have the Vimto mixups, and that is these candies here. All of these three candies come from the same bag, and if you like them, I'll be very happy to show you them in a little bit more detail. So these are our snacks, and let me know how they are. I'm just going to give you those. Put that right there. It's great. So feel free to snack on those and let me know your thoughts, and then I can show you them in some greater detail. So you'd like to learn more about the Oreo one? Yes. So this is a very, very popular item right now. This item, I don't believe you can purchase this in the United States. For now, that at least I'm aware, this is a British product. So this is Oreo's strawberry cheesecake flavoured cookies. So this contains the standard traditional rich biscuit flavour, but inside they have a pink coloured cream. Now I will say it does capture the flavour of strawberry and cheesecake very well, but I must say, my personal opinion, which you of course do not have to agree with, is that the strawberry cheesecake is a little artificial tasting and very overpowering. It's very difficult to taste the biscuit flavour as a complementary to the cream. So that is a little bit of pre-warning for you. Why don't you give it a try and let me know what you think. Yes, a little strong, but some people really like that flavour, and I suppose it's good for those who would like to try another quirky Oreo flavour. They come out with so many incredible flavours throughout the year, but this is our most recent item that we have stocked from Oreo. Yes. What do you think about this one? You have a think on this one? Yeah. The flavour is really good. The scent is also very strong, of like an almost artificial strawberry scent, but a lot of people still really enjoy it for that reason, because the flavour is very distinctive, and I don't know of too many other snacks that taste like that. Yeah. So I noticed that you are trying the Vimto mixums. Would you like to have a look at those? Sure. So this is the Vimto mix-ups rather. This is another new item that we've recently stocked at our shop. Are you already familiar with the Vimto brand? Okay, so Vimto is originally a fizzy soda drink that is made up of different fruits. It's a very delicious fizzy soda drink. and those flavours have been now incorporated into these sweets. This does branch out and use some of Vimto's sister product flavours. You'll see that Vimto has these other flavoured drinks they put out, the pink drink and the orange drink. They've branched out to different, more summery fruits, and they've now infused those ingredients into these sweets. So what you can see there is the watermelon slice is watermelon flavoured, has a nice gummy consistency similar to Haribo. And you'll see the egg there, that is called the Vimto Yoki. That doesn't really have a very fruity taste to it, that just tends to have the more traditional gummy, white gummy taste, as well as the traditional Vimto flavour. And as well, on your plate you also have the Vimto Bling Ring. That also has the traditional, typical fizzy, dark fruit flavoured Vimto flavour to it. This pack also does contain a couple of other sweets inside it. It contains the Vimto sticks and the Vimto mango bottle. So this does not limit itself to just the dark fruits. The ingredients included in the mixups are apple, blackcurrant, grape, mango, peach, pineapple, raspberry, strawberry, and watermelon. So it has lots of lovely flavours included in this, and I think that this is very good to share amongst you and your friends or family, as everybody should have a favourite from these and they should share nicely for that reason. Very nice and fruity. The flavour can be a little bit light on these, but nice, tasty, fun snack all the same. I'll take this. Wonderful. I will be sure to get to you a full packet. I do tend to like that one. So, would you like to have a look at the other Vimto product that was on the sample plate? Of course. So this is the pack that it comes in. This is another product that we sell from Vimto. This bag is 240 grams, so it's pretty sizable, but it only contains the traditional Vimto flavours in this one, so the dark fruit flavours of apple, grape, blackcurrant and raspberry. So nice and sweet and a little bit tart on this one. So the fizzy pencils have a cream centre to them, but they're not liquid based, they are still solid, but they have that typical fizzy pencil taste, honestly. And encased around it is a layer of sugary sweet covered in sugar. It's quite a tart and slightly sour tasting flavour, but it still encompasses and balances the flavour of the Vimto wonderfully around it. What do you think about that one? It's very tasty, isn't it? It's very difficult to find a lot of different pencil flavours. You'll typically see the two traditional flavours, the red and the blue, which I believe is more like a strawberry and a blue raspberry flavour. So it's nice to see that the flavours have branched out a little bit more. You'll take this. Excellent. And just to let you know, with that item, it does contain natural colours and real fruit juice. That's why it tastes so juicy and delicious. Great. So, what other items from the plate interest you, if any at all? The Baileys? Okay, sure. So, this is our Baileys Choco Leibniz. So this is a limited edition collaboration between Chocolateneers and Baileys. So you might be able to tell that the main scent you picked up on the sample plate is definitely the Baileys Choco Leibniz. It's a very strong scent, and from trying it you'll probably be able to tell it also has a very strong flavour. But it does contain that traditional lovely buttery biscuit and 52% milk chocolate on the top there. It's always a lovely buttery and soft, smooth chocolate, and it always complements the biscuit very well, as chocolate leibniz is always very good at. And it does contain the Irish cream filled liqueur, and that's 12% of the product, but honestly, it seems like it is really so much more. So, are you familiar with the traditional Choco Leibniz biscuit? Yes, it's a lovely German brand, and they've made all sorts of flavours. We actually have the plain milk chocolate flavour here, and we also have another limited edition flavour in our shop that we stock. But what are your thoughts on this one? You do get lots of biscuits in this one, so I'd say it's pretty sizable. And because the biscuit is buttery as well as the chocolate is firm but light, it is really nice to be dipped in tea, should you like that, or perhaps with coffee. Yes, the two do tend to pair naturally very well, Irish cream and a coffee, so I think that this will pair very well. I can't say myself that I've tried it, but I can see that it would work. You like it? Wonderful. I love that it does have that really nice creamy taste. It would be very easy for those flavours to collide really badly, but I really like how it balances each other out there. Great. Well, I'm really glad that you like that one. This has been a very popular purchase from our customers. So what about that other flavour? How does that sound? I'd like to hear about it, of course. So, this is not on our sample plate today, but this is the Choco Leibniz orange flavour. This is my favourite from the brand. This contains the exact same butter biscuit and milk chocolate. However, the milk chocolate fuses a very light, natural, real tasting orange flavour inside it. For that reason, it may not necessarily go with your typical tea or coffee. It may just go alongside it. But it is a wonderful, light, yummy snack, and the flavour of orange balances out inside it very well. The interesting part about this is it only contains a small percent of orange essential oil rather than orange juice, but it really does taste quite juicy instead of tasting artificial or sickly. Yes, I like that really slightly tart but refreshing taste that it pairs alongside the chocolate. Whilst we do not have this on our sample plate today, I would highly recommend giving this one a go. We won't have it for much longer at our shop, but I would definitely suggest giving it a try, especially if you already like orange flavoured chocolate or if you already like the Choco Leibniz brand. Perfect. This will not disappoint. I promise that you or your loved one will really enjoy this one. Yes. So there was one more sample on the plate. That was the speculoos cream Lotus biscuit. What do you think about that one? Okay, I'd like to have a look at that one. Sure. So this one comes in a tube-based packet with the traditional decoration of Lotus with the white and red packaging. And this is the traditional biscoff biscuit, but the difference with this one is this contains 15 fairly small biscuits with a cream interior as opposed to the traditional biscuit which contains no cream at all. So this takes the traditional biscoff biscuit and puts a speculoos cream in the middle. Are you familiar with what that is? I'd be happy to remind you. Speculoos is basically a cookie batter, so it's going to taste very sugary and it's going to taste of broken up cookie cream, basically. Yes, it's a very, very rich flavour. Because those flavours are very similar in nature, the cookie obviously tasting of cookies and the cookie batter tasting of cookies, it's going to be very rich and only for those who really, really like cookies, specifically the spiced brand biscoff. So, what do you think about this one? I think it's really good too. It is definitely for those who enjoy the brand and like the spicing, and I really appreciate that the packaging has 15, so it's a sizable amount and you're going to be able to try quite a few. The smell from this one is still lovely and very typical of the Biscoff brand. You'll take this. Excellent. So that is everything from the sample plate, but are you interested in buying any more snacks or sweets? You like to have a look at some more? Of course. Well, there is one thing that we do have in right now. So in right now we have the traditional peeps, but we also have 2 limited edition flavors in right now. And I'll show you them. So we have 2 flavors in right now of the Peeps product. This is our coffee flavored peep, and this has 5 chicks inside it. This has a soft consistency to it with very light sugar dusted on the top. The chicks are decorated with a lovely brown colour, just like a nice cup of coffee. And the marshmallow is very soft. Are you familiar with Peeps? So Peeps are just a lovely sugary marshmallow. Peeps do a lot of different products, but the one that they do exceed at is their lovely seasonal Peeps products. It's mostly just marshmallow covered in sugar basically. But for the Easter holidays, they do like to bring out lots of different flavours. Right now they have the coffee flavour, they have a birthday cake flavour, they have cotton candy, just to name a few. But we have the birthday cake and the coffee flavour. These have a lovely light coffee taste to them. Nothing too fancy, not too rich on this one, but this is a really lovely fun snack that we don't always have at our store. This is the first time that we've had the coffee flavour at our particular store. You'd like to try this one? Excellent. So I'll pop that on the side, and the next one that we have is this Peeps product. This is a beautifully decorated Peeps product which includes 5 chicks, and it is decorated with this fun, very birthday themed decoration on the packaging. It has sprinkles and a cake. The chicks are white with slight brown decorations here, and they are completely covered in little rainbow sprinkles. This flavour is very sweet and perfectly reminiscent of birthday cakes. So there's going to be lots of flavours of cake batter and vanilla infused in this one. This one contains the lovely sugar-coated marshmallow traditional to the Peeps brand. You like the sound of this one? Excellent. So I'll just put that one on the side for you, and then you can take that home with you. Great. So is there anything else that you'd like to have a look at today? That item? Sure. So we've had this one a little while now. This is the M&M's chocolate bar. So M&M's have relatively recently, in the last 2 years or so, taken their M&M's and put a little spin on them, and they've turned them into bars. This uses a milk chocolate, and because you chose the crispy one, this contains real pieces of rice puffs inside it. You might be aware that in the United States, the crispy flavour, I believe, was discontinued. So it's really nice to see it in one version or another on the shelf. We do also have the peanut flavour from the traditional M&M's flavour, and we also sell the lovely almond flavour, which is one of my personal favourites. But you seem to have gone towards this one, so I'm guessing that you're a fan of the crispy M&M flavour. You are? Excellent. This is very delicious, and I love that they've turned it now into a breakaway bar. This one is, let's a quick look for you. This is 107 grams. This is nice and sizable. It's nice to see a pretty hefty bar on the shelf. A lot of things are just you know, one little bar or snack size. So it's nice to see this. It's beautifully decorated with the traditional M&M character on the front here. And it has this nice soft blue decoration on the packaging here. You like to take this one? Excellent. I think this is really nice as a gift too, especially the whole range because they're all different colours. The almond is white and the peanut one is yellow. Really nice and pretty. Great. So let's have a look at what you have so far. So you have the Peeps, you have the M&Ms, you have the 2 Vimto's products, you have the biscoff, and you have both of the choco leibniz products. So certainly a lot of lovely, delicious products. But is there anything else that you'd like to have a look at today? Another fruit flavoured item? Sure. Let's see. What do we have? Okay, let's have a look at this one. So this is a new flavour of Jaffa cake. Now, I know that you're not unfamiliar with Jaffa products, but this is a new one that we have here from the Jaffa Cake McVitie's brand from Britain. Now, they've just come out with a lemon and lime flavoured release that we're waiting on a shipment of, but for now, we do have their new flavour, which is cherry. I personally will say that this is my favourite brand of Jaffa cake. It has a lovely combination of feeling like a biscuit and a cake. The chocolate is a dark chocolate, but it's very light and perfectly balances with the gel flavouring inside. I will say though, I have not personally tried the cherry flavour, but I have been told it has a lovely typical cherry candy flavour to it, if that is something you are interested in. Doesn't taste necessarily of the cherry juice, but typical cherry candies. You like this one? Excellent. So, have you had a think about the Oreo strawberry cheesecake biscuits? You'd like to take that one? Excellent. That's wonderful. And is there anything else you'd like help looking for today? No? Okay. So I will bring all of these items up to the front for you, and then you can feel free to pay with our cashier. It's been lovely seeing you again, and I really hope that you and your recipient or recipients really enjoyed the items you've gotten today. I will personally say my favourite has to be the Vimto fizzy pencils and the orange choco leibniz, so I really don't think you'll be disappointed by any of the items that you bought today. Well, thank you very much for visiting us again and supporting our little shop. Take care. Goodbye.